Brooklyn Park police are investigating a shooting in a retail area where a nonprofit is working in an attempt to deter crime. CCX News reporter Delane Cleveland visited the scene and has more.
This is very, very upsetting.
Near the entrance of the Brooklyn Park Fast and Fresh, pink spray paint marks on the asphalt serve as a reminder of what occurred here Thursday evening.
Just after 5 o'clock yesterday afternoon, police officers responded to shots being fired at the gas station area of 63rd and St. They located an adult male that had been shot 3 times, once in the chest, several times in the groin, and rendered aid to him. He was transported by ambulance to a local hospital. He is stable, but in very serious condition.
Investigators say 2 men got into some sort of argument near the front door. Then one man pulled out a gun and shot the other. The shop owner says that the shooter ran toward the apartments and was picked up by a car and headed northbound. Meanwhile, the victim made his way inside the Fast and Fresh and collapsed inside the front entryway. Police say they're reviewing surveillance footage to help them catch the shooter.
This is very sad. I just want to start by saying that we are in prayers for this young man that got shot.
Harding Smith leads Minnesota Acts Now. It's a nonprofit that patrols the area of 63rd and Zane and works with police to minimize crime.
Last night. All right.
Its members made contact with the victim prior to the incident, but weren't present for the shooting itself.
We can't prevent every crime that happens, but we have minimized the crimes here on this block a lot.
Despite Thursday's shooting, police say Minnesota Acts Now has helped to reduce crime on this corner. But Harding Smith says greater community participation is needed to help steer people, especially youth, away from crime.
Something needs to be done. There's too many guns on the streets. Our kids are gunning each other down, and we need to take a stand. It needs to be now.
In Brooklyn Park, Delane Cleveland, CCX News.
Meanwhile, we're learning more about a case in which a shooting suspect tried to flee police only to crash head-on into other Brooklyn Park police vehicles. Dashboard cam video obtained by CCX News captured the incident. The case is a concerning one to Brooklyn Park police. The suspect, Terry Johnson, posted bail and was released from custody. The dashcam video captures the aftermath of a February 24th townhome shooting when the suspect crashed through a garage door, then took off with police in pursuit. One officer attempted a pit maneuver to stop the driver. As you can see, the driver smashed into 2 squad cars before the vehicle came to a stop. Officers drew their weapons as police say the suspect refused to cooperate. SWAT and crisis negotiators eventually got the man to surrender. Terry Johnson allegedly fired indiscriminately inside a townhome, penetrating the walls of neighboring units. One of the shots struck a neighbor in the leg, seriously injuring him. Johnson is charged with 3 felonies. However, fleeing police was not one of the charges. CCX News reached out to the Hennepin County Attorney's Office for comment, but the office has said it would not comment on active cases. According to court records, the suspect has a lengthy criminal history, including felony assault. He is due back in court later this month. Brooklyn Center continues to wrestle over a tenant protection ordinance. In this week's meeting, council members approved some changes to the ordinance that would require a 30-day pre-eviction notice and would remove the 90-day notice of non-renewal without cause provision. Community Development Director Meg Beatman explained the crux of the debate.
Because there's tenants that sometimes are problem tenants, but they're, maybe it's hard to document why they're a problem. And so the ability to non-renew without cause is a really important tool for property managers. Housing advocates, on the other hand, feel like it's really, really important that that landlords not be able to non-renew for arbitrary reasons.
Councilmember Chris Lawrence Anderson, voting against the changes, said she felt like removing the non-renewal without cause would only lead to more evictions for residents. Theater and choir students are excited to return to the stage at their spring musicals. In today's Weekend Showcase, we see what's shaking on the Park Center stage. From the first number of the show at Park Center High School, you know this is a musical chock full of songs you know and love. All Shook Up is a jukebox musical of Elvis music that's loosely based on Shakespeare's Twelfth Night.
The daughter Natalie, who's a mechanic, works in her dad's mechanic shop, and this roustabout comes into town, our Elvis character, and we see all these different couples start to fall in love because he came to town and renewed the music within their soul.
It's going to be such an exciting show.
Senior Aylin Youngquist plays the lead role of Natalie and says there's an underlying message here.
Just the message that you can find love anywhere and you can find love in anyone, and I think everyone has a chance to and deserves to be happy.
She's never shown any interest in a boy before.
Senior Connor Zhang plays Natalie's father.
What I really like about this musical is that there's kind of a variety of everything. You know, there's a lot of laughs, there's a lot of touching moments, there's a lot of moments that kind of make you think. And I think that that's what makes this musical almost very special.
What also makes this musical special is it's the first time students have been back on the Park Center stage in the last 2 years, producing a show with a storyline.
It warms my soul. I don't know how else to say it.
But Kolovich says it's taken some extra rehearsals to get students ready.
We've had to review some things. How do you stand on stage? How do you walk on stage? How do you project to the back of the house? You know, lots of things that maybe have been forgotten.
Kolovich says the extra emphasis makes this show extra special, and audience members will see that passion for live theater come to life in All Shook Up.
To watch high school kids understand that and see that progression, I'm just not sure there's anything better in the world to be able to watch.
Park Center High School presents All Shook Up on stage with 6 shows starting March 4th.
The Maple Grove boys hockey team advanced to a section final for the 7th straight year. The Crimson faced off in the Section 5AA final with the Rogers team that was looking to advance the state for the first time. Jay Wilcox reports.
Two-time defending Section 5AA boys hockey champ Maple Grove meeting top seed Rogers for the section title. Landon Gunderson flips it to Finn Brink in front and he backhands it in for Maple Grove. That's the only goal of the first period. In the second, Lucas Margano from behind the net sets up Josh Giuliani for a power play goal, and the Crimson take a 2-0 lead on the Royals. Rogers gets on the board on a great shot by Sam Rinaldo. That's a power play goal too, and the Royals pull within 2-1. But less than a minute later, Gunderson scores from a sharp angle, a backbreaker for Rogers, and Maple Grove is up 3-1 heading to the third. Back come the Royals, though. Hogan Sinjum, the quick release from the circle, and it's back to a 1-goal game at 3-2. But a great hustle play here. Bennett Glad beats the defenseman to the puck to restore a 2-goal lead for the Crimson at 4-2. Toby Hopp makes some key saves down the stretch, and it's Maple Grove heading back to state for a 3rd straight season with a 4-2 win.
Boys backed me up in front, played some bestie all year, and I loved it. Blocking shots left and right, clearing lanes, letting me see everything. So I just can't, it's just an honor to play with these boys.
We want to go to state. We wanted to be back-to-back 2 years in a row going to state. We weren't going to let anything stop us.
Jay Wilcox, CCX Sports.
The Benilde-St. Margaret's boys hockey team made it to the Section 6AA final where they met Edina. Here's Jay Wilcox with the highlights.
Benilde-St. Margaret's and Edina facing off for the Section 6AA boys hockey title. With Edina up 1-0, Riley Spindler takes the hit but gets it to Jackson Nevers for the goal. The Hornets lead it 2-0 after 1 period. In the second, Edina on the rush, but A.J. Dahl clanks it off the pipe. A near miss there as Ken Pauley and the Red Knights still trail at 2-0. But on a 2-on-1, Matt Vandervoort converts to put the second-seeded Hornets ahead 3-0 after 2 periods. Late in the third, Wyatt Wurst adds an empty netter as Edina shuts out top-seed Benilde-St. Margaret's 4-0 to win the 6AA title. Jay Wilcox, CCX Sports.
After team champions were crowned Thursday, individual competition at the state wrestling tournament started Friday morning. Here's Jay Wilcox.
State wrestling is back at the Excel Center as the national anthem starts the day. Class 3A first-round highlights. At 106 pounds, Luke Coonan of Wayzata shoots in for the double-leg takedown to finish off an 18-3 win for a technical fall over Zach Carr of Park Cottage Grove. In crimson, Maple Grove's Connor Peterson ends up on the wrong end of this scramble in his 120-pound match against Zach Silvas of Park and gives up near-fall points. Silvas wins 8-0. Wayzata's Kyler Wong with the double-leg takedown as he starts fast and beats Apollo Ashby of Moundsview 10-2 at 145 pounds. To 182, Park Center's Ismail Conti in green uses the ankle pick to score the takedown on Barrick Nelson of Bemidji. Conti wins 4-0. To 195, Osseo's Aiden Wayne has the cradle locked on Nicholas Mikula of Northfield. Wayne gets the pin to advance. Also from Osseo, defending 220-pound state champ Jake Meisner dominates Alex Bockley of Eastview to win by tech fall. The tournament wraps up Saturday. Jay Wilcox, CCX Sports.
Find more prep sports games and highlights at ccxmedia.org and follow us on social media.